Hi, Dr. Faye. Thank you for joining me here to talk about your new textbook. And I understand that it's for the college level. It's the first of its kind to have a Chamorro language curriculum. Can you tell me a bit more about how you got to bringing this book out into the world?
It was intended originally for college level because I started teaching it at the University of Hawaii when I was there. Chamorro students found out they were required to take a foreign language. And so they actually came to me. I was in the Graduate School of Public Health there, asked if I could help them learn their language, which they didn't know, instead of having to take a foreign language. So with that, I went to the Indo-Pacific Language Department. There were a few friends there that navigated me to that. And they were very enthusiastic about it because they didn't have any. They had Samoan and Hawaiian.
Yeah, it's the
but
first
there was
of its kind,
first
right?
Chamorro, yes. And asked if I could help them develop that, which I was, glad to do so, because I wasn't a Chamorro teacher. I was a native speaker, and I'm a teacher, and I can teach and I can do curriculum, but I didn't study the structure of the language of Chamorro. I know.
Yeah, and now that this is out, I feel like this will be very helpful in the colleges, but also for learners of all ages.
Yes.
I guess this brings us to kind of like the larger question of how can we keep people or even children interested in learning Chamorro?
A lot of young Chamorros, as they reach their teen lives, teenagers, they begin to become curious, and at least I'm more familiar with the kids that are growing up in the mainland. They're hungry to understand where they came from, what their language is, because they saw other people, like especially in Hawaii, which is very multi-racial. We look like Filipinos sometimes, we look like other Polynesians sometimes, but we don't speak the same language, so they wanted to see if they can discover that. And that for them was one of the reasons why the Learning Chamorro was important. Since that time, I cannot speak for here, I know Hurrah was here, so that showed that there was a real interest in learning Chamorro among young people. But in the mainland, there are lots of schools, and I've had calls from students, from Chamorro students all over the country, asking how they could learn their language. And so the book was important for that. But more importantly, when I started this, there were 4 schools that teach Chamorro, no textbook. GCC, UOG, Northern Marianas College, and we in Hawaii. And the textbook is very important, not only to standardize the learning process, but also that it's transferable. And that, I think, to me, was the reason we started it. But it generated other interests. I've used the book with middle school kids and young adults in Hawaii, in a classroom, and it worked for both of them.
And now we have one for
now
the
we have
college
it,
level,
yeah.
right?
So now we can have teachers. So now teachers can just come and take the book and have a class.
All right, awesome.
It was wonderful, yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Faye, for sharing your book with us.
Yes.